going on, YouTube? Well, it's been a busy day. Well, busy night last night and busy day today. So, got the sail panels all finished up and cleaned the shop back up. And then we set it on the ground and we hung some graphics last night. We didn't shoot any video of that, but we were getting it. So I suppose I can spin you around here and you guys can take a look at the vinyl. It's a little different. Looks good though. It doesn't really do it justice on the camera. You can't see, like, this border right here is a like, it almost looks like a stop sign. It's reflective. So like when the light hits it right, like pops and shimmers real good. But I like it. Looks good. What do you think, bud?
I think it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, so the only thing we got left graphics wise is, with motor state being down all week this week, we weren't able to get our hood pins and stuff like that, our risers. So we're gonna go ahead and just get the motor put in, and then I can build a hood, which, you know, takes maybe 45 minutes or so to build a hood and get it fitted on there. Not long at all. So we'll go ahead and get that done sometime next week. And we got graphics to lay up that. Our sponsor, that's got to go on the filler, and the hood graphics line up with that. So and then Dad got the call. We're gonna take the motor tomorrow to get dynoed. So he was busting on this last night and this morning, and it's all done, ready to go. Find the dyno. So the big old SB2.2 is ready to rock and roll. And I was working on the suspension today. I got the car leveled out, and then went ahead and set my caster camber toe, or well, I haven't set toe yet, but I'm going to. And then set my rear end pinion angle, my lateral, got my limiter chain built and all set and everything like that. Just a little setup stuff that needs to be done. Yeah, bud.
Push that bolt in, please. Bottom one.
BJ's in the middle of wiring up our quick connect for the battery charger, and then I don't know if we really talked about this on the other video, but BJ got a seat back from powder coating, and we got her all in there and bolted down in there, good to go. So
yeah, we finally, well, I think we talked about it a little bit. We made the decision, I made the decision that I couldn't deal with it being mill. So I want to thank a couple of local powder coat companies. One smaller company thought they could do it and ended up doing the headrest. They couldn't fit the seat in there, so that's State Line Powder Coating. Get a hold of them if you need some smaller stuff. They're in the works of building a bigger oven. And then the other company, Pioneer Custom Coating out of Pioneer, Ohio. Super great people, easy to work with. A couple of ladies own the business. They did me right on the price. They stayed a little extra after work to allow me to pick the thing up and drop it off, so big thanks to them. Really, I mean, working with small businesses, that's always nice, because it's that small business touch. So really appreciate them. Everything came out great. We were able to get everything back together. Like I said, Dominic over at Butler Built took care of me as far as some of the stickers and stuff like that I wasn't able to save, taking them off. So all in all, a little bit of extra time, but it worked out good, and I'm happy that we made that decision to go ahead and have it powder coated, because it looks, I think, a lot cooler in the car. So that is all in. Harnesses are all done. We got windshield rock deflector thing to make. Hopefully tomorrow. It just really depends on how the dyno session goes, but definitely making some headway, and gonna try to race this damn thing next weekend.
Woo! Ready to go race.
All right, what's up, YouTube? So pretty big day here. We got the motor on the dyno. Show you that in a second. Just getting ready to fire it up and break it in and get some things tuned in a little bit. Kind of an impromptu dyno day, but sometimes this is how this stuff goes. You're trying to race, and if you get time, you get time. So that's what we did. We got time. We're over here on a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon now, and we got everything all hooked up and ready to go. So hopefully all this shakes out really well and we leave out of here today feeling warm and fuzzy, and that way we'll be ahead of the game for putting this thing in the car and hopefully trying to race next weekend. So this is what it looks like, all hooked up to the dyno. It kind of looks like a chaotic mess, but that's how these dynos look. That's how it is. You're trying to run a motor at capacity outside of a car. So pretty basic setup, really. You just got a pump back there that controls the motor with hydraulic pressure as far as putting a load on it, and then a bunch of sensors and all that kind of stuff. But obviously you got your water that cycles from the dyno to keep the coolant operating where it needs to. You still got an oil pump back here. I mean, when we're dyno and dry sump motors, it's a little bit different than like a street motor, because in a street motor the oil pump's inside the oil pan, so you don't got to really worry about that. But obviously with the dry sump stuff, you have to have it set up with an external oil pump. So that's all back there. Your MSD box is back there. It's always with the machine, so that works the same way, just like it's in the car. The real challenge with some of these dirt late model motors is everybody, you know, different heads take different headers, and trying to figure out how to get everything adapted to go out of the building and run O2 sensors to get your readings. That's the real challenge. So we're actually got our headers on this thing. We figured out how to get it going out of the building on each side. So that was a little bit of a challenge, a bunch of different adapters and things like that. But we got it all figured out and everything's hooked up. So within a few minutes here, hopefully we'll spark this thing off and get to dyno, and we'll get you some video of that. Any thoughts from you?
Motor builder back here said now it's hooked up, he's going home.
Yeah, ready to go home?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. This is a nerve-wracking day for anybody that's involved in this thing. Like I said, you're going to take this thing and you're going to run it up to full RPM outside of the car, standing next to it. Well, not really next to it, but you know what I mean.
In the vicinity?
Yeah, in the vicinity. Close enough that if something, God forbid, happens, you know it right away. So
you might feel it even.
Yeah, anyhow, we'll get you some more video once this thing gets rolling. Here we are, back at our shop. So you guys seen day at the dyno shop. Big thanks to Chuck Noonan. We deal with a couple motor builders around here, and it's not that I dislike any one of them. You know, Gressman did a really nice job for us getting our parts turned around when Chuck was a little bit busy. And Chuck ended up coming in clutch and getting us in on the dyno a little bit quicker than Gressman could. So, you know, no worries, no hard feelings at all for any one of them. We appreciate both of them for different reasons, and it worked out good today. Able to get this thing dynoed on a Sunday, be able to get it in the car, hopefully Monday or Tuesday, puts us a couple of days ahead of where we would have been otherwise. So good day overall. She made less than 1,000 and over 500, so we're somewhere in the middle there. No, motor did really well, kind of like we expected. We learned some things on the dyno that I think will help us out this year going forward. But the big thing is everything's broken, all the timing's set, no leaks, nothing silly going on. The motor runs good. We made several pulls on it. And every time it didn't miss a beat, we actually made it better. So, and then we kind of figured out our where we needed to be with timing high and low, right? So definitely worth the time and worth the money to get it on the dyno. Learned a lot about this thing that we didn't know last year. So really pleased overall with it. Now the chaos of, you know, getting it in the car and getting this thing finished so we can try to race next weekend. That's, you know, there's a long way to go yet. But overall a good day. It's still sitting in one piece. That's a good thing, and it's ready to go in the car.
It was so fresh off the dyno. It was hot when we put it in the truck, and when we got home, you could touch the block, and it's still above room temperature. So she's fresh off. But yeah, we got a little vacuum leak to fix. But for the most part, everything seems to be good. No stupid leaks, no stupid noises, no stupid gremlins. So should be getting in. I don't know. We gotta get some spacers turned up for the motor, and then we'll probably get stuck in there hopefully tomorrow. Honestly, we don't really have time to be playing around this week. We gotta get it in there. We gotta, you know, finish the plumbing right to the motor, just a handful of fittings and stuff like that. And then I gotta build a fan shroud and get this thing on the scales and get lead hung, and I gotta smash springs. So there's plenty of work to do still this week, and obviously the trailer and toter, you know, need finished up. So we'll be getting right after it. I think we're done for the weekend though. I don't think we're doing anything else. You think of anything else we're gonna be doing this weekend?
Unless the machinist wants to turn up some spacers, we could set it in tonight, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll be lucky to see that. But you guys have a good one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.